Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror.
So today we're doing our review on Your Host.
So a little synopsis of this film. 4 friends get trapped in a sadistic game show, and they're forced to outwit a twisted serial killer while racing against time, but every move brings them closer to freedom or a gruesome fate.
So we're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and we are going to spoil the film. So let's get into the positives. So some of the positives, Jackie Earle Haley is amazing as the villain. He's super creepy. I don't know, he just has this way of I don't know how to explain it without spoiling too much about his
He's
character.
a great host.
He is a great host, but just like the way he talks and like he has his little giggle and stuff, like it's just super creepy.
They're letting Jackie be Jackie in this film.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Yes, and the cast does a great job portraying their characters. Whether you love them or you hate them, they do an amazing job with the characters they've created.
And the practical effects are really good. You know us and how we love practical effects over CGI, and it really, really shines through in this movie.
There are some awesome on-screen kills. Like we're talking about the practical effects. One in particular gave me a splitting headache. I'll say that much. Like it gave me a splitting headache just to watch. So some great on-screen kills throughout the film.
And then it really goes about talking about a serious problem in an original way. We have, horror always brings out issues like this, and this is something that I don't feel like it's talked about enough.
And we'll talk about this in the spoilers.
We will talk about it more in the spoilers.
It brings a serious problem to light in a flipped view.
Yeah, so I know this is something that
happens a lot.
It does happen a lot, but it really isn't ever brought to light. Right. So I like how they portrayed this problem in this movie.
So those are some of our non-spoiler positives. Now we're going to get into the negatives of Your Host.
So some of the negatives, there's really cringy dialogue, especially in the first act. It's, I don't know, a bunch of I guess you can call them friends. I don't know that I would want
very loosely using that word.
Yeah, but just the way that they talk back and forth to each other is super cringy. And I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah. There's also a lot of overacting in this movie. And it's more, the Paul Rudd facial expressions type thing. There's a lot of that type of overacting. And like you said, especially in the first act when we're getting our, exposition of who these people are, a lot of overacting in those moments.
The plot, it isn't, we've seen it before, but Jackie Earle Haley, he makes you forget that. He does such a great job. It feels like you haven't.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Right. This movie is the perfect mix of 2 other horror movies.
Yes,
but it does have its own original tone as well.
Which even just by watching the trailer of this movie,
you'll know
because I literally said, this reminds me of this and this, and he was like, bingo. So yeah. And
every single one of our protagonists, again, I use that word very loosely, fucking suck and I hate them.
They really do suck.
It's one of those things where you're like, man, who's the real villain here?
I mean, it really is a toss-up because, again.
And like I said, we are going to spoil that.
Yeah.
So this movie, we're lucky enough to see it a little bit early with the festival circuit. But keep your eye on it for when it comes out. And if you want to go into it spoiler-free, save this video and come back after its release. But if you want to check it out, we're going to get into the spoilers now.
All right, so now we're gonna spoil things. The movie starts with a guy named Jake. He's in this a Saw-style trap, and he loses his head and just gets blown off by a shotgun. He's kind of pleading for his life, and then bam,
blown clean off.
Yes.
So then we cut to our 4 friends,
if that's what you want to call them.
Yeah, and they're partying at the one rich kid's house.
Yeah.
This old thing.
Pretty much they're using him because he has money. And
none of them ever really like him, which we find out during this little party thing.
We do.
And they find a video camera outside that's been filming them the whole time.
So the friends, after they see the video camera.
Yeah. That's when they have the big fight.
They all blow up and they get drugged in, and they're like chained by their necks to like, I don't know, like a pulley system almost.
Mm-hmm. And it's a dark room video camera setup.
Yeah.
Same video camera style setup here in this room because they get drugged. You know, like they get the needle in the neck and then they all wake up in this room. And our main bad guy, who we come to find out is the host, it's almost like a game show. Like he's like, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And you see like it's all a bunch of mannequins in the background. He's got like a laugh track, like a clap track, everything going with it. Like, it's legit like a game show. And this is where we meet Jackie Earle Haley for the first time.
So we were telling you that this is like a mix between two movies, and so the villain, he really is like a mix between The Grabber and Jigsaw. Like
100%.
The way he, like, you're gonna play a game and you can save yourself or whatever, but yet like when he does his, yeah, you really can't. But when he does like his little giggle, and like it really reminds me of The Grabber and like how creepy The Grabber was.
And we mean these both in the best way.
Yeah, like it's really a great combination that Jackie Earle Haley did.
So the first game they have to play is rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper gets a paper cut on the mouth, which we don't know.
Literally, like, yeah.
They're just playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Which I have to include the shoot because that's very important here.
Because
scissors,
that's how you play the game. That's how you play the game.
Scissors gets a finger cut off, which one of our protagonists gets his finger cut off. Rock gets hit in the head.
With the fucking rock.
And then shoot. Our host pulls out a gun and trains it on one of our protagonists.
Yeah.
And he's holding it there and she's crying and screaming and then boom, it's a lighter. So it's a prop gun that he uses just to freak her out and scare the shit out of her.
So they all have to confess the worst thing that they've ever done, and they do their little confessions.
Like one of them is like, I got in a car accident and I fled, the lady died and my dad took the rap for me. I sold my body online to pay for my mom's surgery through like an OnlyFans account.
One was like sold dogs to like a fighting
like a
ring.
dog fighting ring, even though she owned like a humane society type thing. And then the other guy, he monitored people online and stole a bunch of money from them and shit like that. So they were all like doing real shitty
really
things.
Bad stuff. But we find out that one of them didn't tell the whole truth. So we go on to game 2, which is Wheel of Pain.
And Melissa has to play. She loses. So what it is she has like one of those old school like flippy things. And she has to name the different cities.
Yeah.
And it's like Paris, New York City, LA, and then the last one is Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. That's hilarious. Like nobody.
Yeah, I would have gotten that.
You would have.
We would have gotten that. We've been to Akron plenty. But so he's like, well, I'll give you one more chance. Well, every time she's flipping it, the needle's getting like, closer and closer and closer. So she goes one more time and it just bam, gets her right in the eye.
Yeah, and it looks really good actually.
Yeah.
And then, so Anita, she has to drill Matthew with a drill, like, through his ear to save everyone else. It's either they all die or she does that. And it's like, she drills him through his ear and his ear's bleeding. And it's just like, oh, that would hurt so fucking bad.
And he's like, what the hell, bitch?
I know.
Melissa loses the game.
Yeah.
So she gets a hydraulic press through the head. And if you know a hydraulic press, like it's slow moving and it's going down and it hits her and it starts to cut her. And the host stops it and he's like, well, if one of you is willing to give up your life for hers, we'll switch. And they're all like,
no. Like we said before, they're not really great friends anyways.
Or great people.
Or great people in general. So yeah, like nobody.
And then,
nobody.
Bam, right through the head.
Like the way it splits and how her face is all like contorted.
It's awesome.
It looks really good.
So awesome. But now we're gonna get a little heavy.
Yeah. So now we find out that the villain's name is Barry Miller, and he actually was a part of a game. He was a game show host, and Anita, she was a part of like the crew, and like he really took care of his people. Like literally, it was her birthday.
He walked in and he was like, "We hear it's somebody's birthday," and she's just a minor crew member.
Yeah, and he got her a cake, and he literally touches her on the shoulder
and sings happy
birthday. And she lies and says that he sexually assaulted her.
One of the friends pushed it. She was like, "Hey, get off her! Don't touch her like that." And Barry was like, "Okay,
yeah, like
I'm sorry. I didn't mean, you know."
Literally, just puts his hand on her shoulders, and I get it. You know, if you don't want to be touched, that's fine. But it's not like he was like, oh, I'm going to touch you, you know. So
he was literally just doing it. And again,
just trying to be kind.
We're not defending unwanted touching.
No.
But you could see Anita didn't care. Because when she did that, her friend, she goes, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, what would you do that for?
Right. Because
and she's like, you got to pay for your mom's surgery, right?
She really, like, was surprised that he got her a cake and everything.
It meant something to her.
They convinced her to say that he sexually assaulted her because her mom needed this surgery that she had to pay for. So
she lied.
We said before that her bad thing was she sold her body online. This is what she lied about. And obviously he knows. So this is...
Well, he walks up to her and he takes his mask off.
And she was like, oh. And
she's
I was like,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, now we know who.
Yeah. But and this is just something that I feel like isn't touched on a lot. And this is something that makes actual victims scared to come out because of people that lie about stuff like this. And it's just a horrible thing to do to somebody, to ruin somebody's life like that on either side. And like, you actually, after this, you really feel bad for Barry. Like, he was a genuinely like nice man,
and now he lost his family. He lost his job.
Yeah. And it's something that you could tell, like, he got a cake for a minor crew member. Like, he was not really cared about his crew and about his job, and like, it was his life, and he had, you know,
he said, I lost my kids, I lost my grandkids.
And like, this happens in real life. Like, people take advantage of stuff like that, and when that happens, it makes the real victims in real life, it like erases it. Like, you know, and that's just horrible. It's horrible.
And it's nice to see a horror movie flip that trope and show the other side of things when anybody gets lied on for something like that. So, like I said, at this point, you really feel for Barry, and then you rewind in your head. The Justin guy from the beginning was one of the friends that was at the table with her, convincing her to lie about the sexual assault.
And then you also get like,
we're not there yet.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
We're not there yet. So then Barry pulls out the lawyer's head, like he's beheaded the lawyer. And he makes Anita bite the tongue
and
from
she's
the
like
severed
got
head.
His blood all over, and she's like chewing
gnarly.
his tongue. Ugh.
He's like, you know, put the words back in his mouth, you know, like, you did this to me. This is your fault that I've lost everything in my world. And it's pretty gnarly.
It is really gnarly. And then James and Matthew, they both...
they put gas in the room, so they all pass out.
Yeah, they're all passed out. So they wake up, and James and Matthew are both like tied to surgical tables, and they have like stitches down their stomach. And we find out that each of them have a key in their stomach. This sounds a little familiar. And she has to open and get the key out of, you know, one of the stomachs. But it doesn't work. And James, she chose James because she didn't really like James. He was an asshole. He was rich. He was always saying shit to her. And so
at this point was a lot of tension because James is telling her at this point, like, I'm rich. We'll pay for your mom's surgery.
For your mom's surgery.
Like, no questions asked.
And she still goes and pulls the key out of James's stomach. Yep. And, you know, it doesn't work. So
at this point, we're down to just Matthew and Anita. And the host tells them, one of you can leave, essentially. So Matthew has that big Bowie knife, and he's going at Anita, and he's like, you know, it can only be one of us. I've always loved you, blah, 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 blah.
Confessing his love.
And he slits his own throat.
Yeah, and
so
I was actually really mad at him. I was like, you guys are here because of her.
And she did something evil.
Yeah, and she was, that, like, what she did was evil. I can understand that you're trying to get money for your mom's surgery, but there's got to be other ways.
There's a line that has to be drawn.
That was evil, and I looked at her like she's an evil person. Like, I don't know. There is other ways that she could have made money.
And she chose the worst possible way.
She took somebody.
And the thing about Matthew, though, is he knew. Because when he was talking about his online hacking stuff, he knew everything about his friends.
Right.
So he knew, and he still never said anything. It's just, it's a really sad thing that unfortunately some people go through. And it was really it was a bummer to see him take the way out so she could survive.
Yeah. So she wins.
Yeah, she wins the game.
Yeah, so Barry, he fills the room with gas, and Anita passes out, and she wakes up, and everyone's gone. She's, like, looking around.
She's not cuffed at this point anymore.
So she's, like, trying to get out of this warehouse or wherever it's at.
So she steals, like, this card, like the one that he did for paper earlier. And she cuts Barry's face so she can get away. But he ends up subduing her because the thing that's still around her neck, much like Jigsaw, can electrocute you.
Yeah.
And he tells her, you know, he takes her into this room, And he's like, you're free to go. Pick one of these boxes. And she picks a box, and it's a birthday cake. And he's like...
He wants her to, like, shove her.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to shove you, he tells her, bury your face. She's like, no, there's a knife in there. And he goes, how do you know?
Yeah.
So then he finally pushes her head into the cake, and nothing happens. And he's like, you're free to go. And she gets up, but there's like some type of like acidic frosting, and it starts to melt her fucking face melting away.
Like she's trying to wipe it off, and her face just keeps getting redder, and then it's just like it looks so good. The practical effect for this is so good.
It was awesome. So she dies on the floor in front of him, and the ending scene we see, because there was another, I don't know if it was a game show, it was another side subplot earlier in the movie, that this other like game show host or something really was sexually assaulting women, and he got off because he paid them all. So he's in this trap style thing, and the host is talking to him, and he's like, you need to confess. And he's like, I did it. I hurt those people and I paid them off. And the movie ends with our host taking a sledgehammer right to the side of the guy's head.
Yeah.
So
really, he's like
the Punisher.
He's
like our anti-hero.
Hero,
he's like what Jigsaw really should be.
Right. Like he actually takes people that are bad. Like a lot of Jigsaw's people that he takes is bad.
Or innocent.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, wife from Saw 7.
Yeah, she was innocent. She was in that freaking... I don't know what you call that thing.
Burning,
that big old,
That. But yeah, this movie to me, at the time of recording, is my favorite movie of the year. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 skulls. Jackie Earle Haley's performance is fantastic. The practical effects are amazing. Even though the story is something we've seen before, they do it in such an original way that you're so entertained by it. And I love the idea of the host really being an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Because it is implied at one point when Anita's talking to him, like, if you're this upset, maybe you really did do something to somebody. And he freaks out. So you're kind of thinking, like, wow, maybe he really was doing that to women. But and I think this ending scene, you really see, because when he's like, you need to confess, and he tells that he really did it, there's no mercy there. Yeah. Like, I believe strongly that Barry, the host, was an innocent man.
Because then again, when you convict an innocent man, the ones that actually do it, like there's, I don't know.
This is flipped because Barry was, lost everything because of it, and he didn't really do it.
And then
this other guy really did it and didn't lose anything because he paid money.
So it's always like, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? And it just makes the ones that are telling the truth, it
makes those victims scared to come out.
Yeah.
And it makes people, oh, you're lying.
Yes,
oh, you're lying.
Because, the people that actually do lie about it. And it's just a horrible fucking thing. And it just makes me so mad.
And I can't remember a horror movie shining a light on it like this.
Yeah.
And what Barry went through. So like I said, I loved this movie. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 as well. I feel like the last couple of movies I've been copying you, but I really enjoyed it too. Like, we talked about the kills, the practical effects. Something that we didn't really talk about is how he was always cutting his face.
Yes.
With that.
To take the pain away from inside, he was forcing it on the outside.
So when she slit him with that, he was like, thank you. Now I don't have, when I kill you, like, I don't have to cut myself.
Right. So he was cutting for every time he killed somebody.
Yeah. So, and I thought that was a really cool touch, and just when her face is burning off. And, like, you really don't care about these characters. Like, you want him to...
The actors that played our 4 leads... fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, they did great, but like the characters themselves,
garbage cans.
They were horrible people, like bad people, and like you don't care about them, and you're like,
you're actively rooting for the host.
Yeah, fuck them up, host. Like,
this reminds me of what Mr. Crockett did for me last year. Mm-hmm. Mr. Crockett to me was the perfect mix of Mr. Rogers and Pennywise.
Yeah.
Where this is the perfect mix of Jigsaw and the Grabber. And again, not the most original ideas, but the way that these movies were made and the impact they had on me, I love these movies. And much like Mr. Crockett, I would love to see a continuation of Your Host.
Yeah.
I would absolutely adore to see this movie continued. And I think it really deserves to be a franchise.
Well, I mean, at this point, like, there's no going back. Like, he's killed how many people at this point. So... he's probably going to continue to play these games.
Studios, buy this movie. Put this movie out. You're not going to regret it because you're going to make money. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't already, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.